What do you say about drugs at school?
I love drugs.
You have it. What do you have to say about drugs at school?
I don't know.
What do you have to say about drugs at school?
Drugs are bad.
There you have it, folks. What do you have to say about drugs at school?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't do them, kids. But at the same time, it's low-key okay.
You got it. Here. What do you have to say about drugs at school?
I think that they're very good and important.
What do you have to say about drugs at school?
They're not good and kids shouldn't do them.
There you have it, folks. What do you have to say about drugs at school?
Don't do drugs.
Say it into the microphone.
Don't do drugs.
There you have it. Jay, what do you have to say about drugs at school?
I think they should be allowed, so yeah.
How do you feel about drugs at school?
Drugs are great.
Your tooth hit the microphone, but thank you. How do you feel about drugs at school?
Not very good. Don't use drugs, kids.
Okay. How do you feel about drugs at school?
I hate it.
Okay. How do you feel about drugs at school?
Bad.
Okay, thank you. Feel about drugs at school?
I think it would be disrespectful to have it in school, and I just hate it, so yeah.
Okay, that's good. How do you feel about drugs at school?
They're pretty cool.
How do you feel about drugs at school?
They're awesome. They're good.
How do you feel about drugs at school?
I don't know.
Well, how do you feel about drugs at school?
No, I just think it's really wrong, and it's just kind of inappropriate, and yeah.
Okay, there you have it, folks. Bye. How do you feel about drugs at school?
That there shouldn't be any.
Okay, you have it there, folks. How do you feel about drugs at school?
There is none.
How do you guys feel about
They're bad.
They're obviously bad.
Okay, you have it, folks. Feel about drugs at school?
They're bad and they shouldn't be at school.
There you have it, folks. How do you feel about drugs at school?
They shouldn't be used.
There you have it, folks. How do you feel about drugs at school?
No bueno.
How do you feel about drugs at school?
Oh, definitely 10 out of 10, the Jewel Room.
Drugs at school.
I think if you sneak them, it's fine.
How do you feel about drugs at school?
If you do them in the bathroom, it's fine.
Bye. How do you feel about drugs at school?
Nope.
How do you feel about drugs at school?
They are very good.
Feel about drugs at school?
No.
How do you feel about drugs at school?
Say no to drugs.
Feel about drugs at school?
I don't think it's appropriate.
Feel about drugs at school?
I don't know.
How do you feel about drugs at school?
I feel it's an unusual topic. People
And
don't.
how do you feel about drugs at school?
I don't know. They're not that bad, I guess.
Okay. Feel about drugs at school?
They're bad.
How do you feel about drugs at school?
Not good.
Feel about drugs at school?
I love them.
Feel about drugs at school?
Oh, pretty bad, I guess.
They're good.
Okay, that you have it, folks. Drugs are bad. Feel about drugs at school?
I just think it's not a part of our economy and it's not respectful.
Okay, there you have it, folks. How do you feel about drugs at school?
Definitely a no-no.
Okay, there you have it, folks.